Hello, my name is Lucas, this is a bit of lit, and I'm here to share another fairy tale, or a fantasy. In this case, these are the Chinese fairy tales and fantasies, edited and translated by Moss Roberts for the Pantheon Fairy Tale and Folklore Library. This is a story that comes from Pu Sungling, and it is a very interesting story. It's a little too long to read the whole thing and have a timely video. I want these to be fairly short, but it's called The Cricket, and it's set in the Ming Dynasty, and it's during the period of the Ming Dynasty, apparently called the Pervasive Virtue, which is kind of a funny name, given that it's about cricket fighting. It suddenly becomes very popular and in vogue, and magistrates really want that. So they, to please the emperor, they push down to try to get the best of the best so they can give to the emperor, give him great rewards. And it comes down to a small place where a man named Make Good works. He's a neighborhood watch kind of guy. And he lives in Floral Shade is what it's called. Now the magistrates, what they're doing is there are lots of people trying to make a quick buck, make a little extra money, and trying to make some artificial scarcity with the crickets, and they're hoarding the crickets and trying to sell them at a premium. And this just makes the authorities deeply upset. So they decide to do home inspections, and, they'll definitely be looking for crickets, but should they come across anything else valuable, oh no, that's the price you pay. But Make Good does not want to do this. He feels guilty about putting this kind of burden on his neighbors. So he wants to find crickets of his own. But he's got to make good on his responsibilities or he'll be punished. He ends up finding a cricket, but his child lets it out, and then the cricket is later found torn apart and ripped in half, and to escape punishment, the child goes missing and is presumed dead for a while, and the parents are devastated, but he comes back. They find that cricket through the help of his wife, Make Good's wife, and they find another cricket, which seems perfect, but it manages to escape. And finally, Make Good finds a very small cricket. Doesn't seem like it's going to be able to handle itself in a fight, but then proves itself very worthy when it takes on a rooster. Doesn't kill the rooster, but manages to escape after a brief fight with another cricket, manages to escape a rooster that pecks at it and chases it and fights back. And then this is gifted to the governor, and then the governor gives it to the next guy, and the next guy gives it to the emperor, and everybody's happy because it can take on everything, every single kind of cricket, and then Make Good is rewarded for, greatly rewarded, mind you, not just rewarded, greatly rewarded. He's given a promotion, or he's given a degree by the person in charge of education, an honorary one, and within a few years, the former neighborhood head acquired 100 hectares of farmland, a 2-story building with 10,000 rafters, and thousands of sheep and oxen, and wherever he went in public, his splendid carriage and finery surpassed those of any nobleman of the age. For finding a cricket to fight. One thing very important that's pointed out in the introduction is the importance of order. And we can definitely see that. Social order, hierarchical order, We can see that with the magistrates. The emperor is at the top, and then he's issuing out decrees, and they're pushing down and pushing down and pushing down until all this pressure is put on Make Good to make good on what's expected of him. And then he's greatly rewarded. But we see the dark side of that social order too, the kind of corruption a little bit. And he didn't actually study or do anything to get his degree. That one's kind of inoffensive in a way compared to the search and seizures that become commonplace because middle managers and people at the bottom are trying to make their higher-ups happy. So that's all I really have to say. I think that's it's a cool story. I really like that one. I don't like the prospect of, or the concept of cricket fighting, but I just enjoy, you get to see all these different facets of sort of the good and the bad. Is it really fair for Make Good? Well, it's nice for Make Good. Is it really fair that he gets all these benefits? Maybe not. So we can maybe say that's a little bit more of a kind of corrupt aspect. But he did make some people happy and moved up in the social order. So all by being virtuous, right? He didn't want to do the things that everyone else was doing. He went out on his own to find the cricket. So it does show a virtuous nobleman, so to speak, better than nobleman, neighborhood head. So yeah, people can advance through making their superiors happy and being virtuous, more importantly, being virtuous, doing the right thing to do what's asked of them. Maybe that's a nicer way to put it. Oh, I don't know. That's all I have to say about it. I enjoyed the story. Let me know what you think. And let me know of other Chinese folk tales that you know. I would love to hear them. Thank you. Goodbye.